Simon Lawson, of all the things you could bring to a city pub on a stinging hot day, I would have thought trays of drill core would be the last thing.
Well, you know, that's what we do, right? It's the unexpected.
So what is this all about? Why are we sitting here in 40-degree heat with a whole lot of drill core behind us?
Look, I just wanted to bring that experience to the city and get some of the people that work around our business in here all together to look at what we do, bring the core yard to the city.
So looking at what you do, what do you do? What is in this drill core?
Some of the best holes that we've drilled so far, some really good visible gold. Some of the core's been cut, so obviously it's pretty obvious to see, but we've got the spray bottles here and everyone's just having a bit of a look around and having a few gins.
Now, it's been an amazing journey. It's called Never Never,
that's right.
But it seems to never ever end.
That's right, and that's kind of a pretty apt name. Some people thought it would never begin, but for us, I think we've proven pretty categorically that it's going somewhere, and we're just growing it with every drill hole.
So let's bring people into the picture where we are now. You recapped this stock at 10 cents.
That's right.
40 odd cents today. Just raised a bundle of money to keep drilling.
Correct.
What's next on the agenda?
We just keep drilling. I mean, what we're doing at the moment is we're sitting in front of a plant 600 metres away. We're drilling probably one of the best discoveries I've ever seen. And we've drilled over 400 drill holes into that now and really proved up a really strong resource. And we're just working on building up a very strong inventory of ounces to bring that plant that we have there back into the picture.
Now, your last resource was 720 odd thousand ounces. At what grade?
5.85 grams a tonne.
Right, so 5 odd grams a tonne. When do we expect to get a resource update?
The end of this year. So middle of December we'll put out.
So a matter of a few weeks away.
Correct.
All these spectacular results you've been generating are going to come to the fore in the form of a new resource.
That's right, and then we're going to keep drilling beyond that as well.
Now here's the question, are you going to crack 1 million ounces?
I think we're going to come pretty close, if not hit it, yeah.
It's a work in progress, as they say.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, what's the bigger picture potential, Simon? Because you've put out some brilliant results around Never Never. Is there a scope to repeat this for more Never Nevers?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, look, I think Never
How do you know that?
Well, Never Never is pretty unique in the way it's a huge damage zone, but within this region there's a number of these damage zones, and what we've found within our existing operation that was shut down last year, we've actually found there's a number of these high-grade structures within that old operation. So that's what we're now working on, is multiplying how many of these damage zones or these big high-grade structures we can bring into the resource inventory.
So are you saying in simple terms there's look-alike structures along a corridor that could give rise to repeats of Never Never?
Yeah, that corridor is over 1 kilometre long, and what was really interesting is we found Never Never at the other end of it, and we're now going back and having a look at what was done before and finding signs that there are definitely look-alike structures there.
So you're actually working your way back towards the plant, not away from it?
Well, we're working in front of the plant, nothing outside of 2 kilometres from that plant. We're very strongly focused on making sure that whatever we find will be on permitted ground and economic.
And what are the geological similarities between Never Never and these other potential targets?
Obviously, having really high-grade silica within these damage zones is the key thing we're looking for. And what we saw in that old pit is several of those zones. They were mined during that loss-making operation that was the Gilbey's pit. And now we're actually going back and I suppose looking deeper into those. Drilling underneath them, we're seeing really good grades, and that's what we're going to be bringing to the market over the next 6 months.
Are there geological characteristics that are similar though? Are there signs that tell you, hey, this looks like Never Never all over again?
Yeah, it's that really high silica flooding. We saw it in Never Never everywhere, and then what happened was we had geos that had worked in that pit, they'd seen that sign before, they saw the Never Never core and they said, look, we need to go back into the pit because there's areas there that we mined that were 30-40% above block grade. That's the same stuff.
So it's early days in terms of the regional or bigger potential, but is this a potential multi-million ounce field?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, look, we've got Mount Magnet to the east, which is over 6 million ounces of endowment. And, you know, maybe 12 months ago, people would have laughed at me saying that this has the potential to be multi-million ounce field. But I think we've proven categorically that we can get to, 1.5 pretty easily. Why can't we get to 3 and then get on our way towards 6 as well?
So what's your cash position now?
Just over 50 mil.
So you're armed and dangerous?
Armed and dangerous, 6 rigs operating, plenty of geos running around at the moment. One of the things that really, has struck me is there's lots of people that want to be part of this team. It's very hard to find good people in a market that's as tight as it is, but people actually want to become Spartans.
So 6 rigs turning. Any plans to get any more, or do you think you're maxed out?
Look, I think we're sitting on quite a good number of rigs at the moment. We're stretched quite thin, but we're sitting in a position where we can test a lot of stuff really quickly.
That's an immense amount of news flow, isn't there? 6
yeah,
rigs turning. What can we expect? We've got you say there's a resource upgrade coming within weeks. What's the new year hold?
Look, it'll just be much of the same. I mean, it probably sounds a little bit boring, but to be honest, we're flat out. We're discovering new areas, we're developing new targets. For us, this is all about 2 kilometres from that plant. We will make this work.
When you say make it work, what do you need to make it work? What's the threshold?
Look, I think it's how long is a piece of string? But for me, if we were looking at 1.5 million ounces of very high grade material, I think that's a really good starting point. We want to make a decision in the middle of next year about whether we turn the plant back on or whether we keep drilling. I think, the raise that we just did might have surprised some people, but that was to allow us to make that decision in a calm, measured fashion. And if we continue to keep drilling, we've got the funds to do it.
So really, this is still an exploration project in the short to medium term?
Yeah, 100%, but we have all the infrastructure in place. I went up yesterday and everything is rolling, everything's turning. So that mill is ready.
So what's the value proposition? The market cap, the value of the plant, how would you take it apart?
Look, it's an interesting one. I've been asked how much the plant's worth. I mean, our market cap's 360, thereabouts at the moment. The replacement value on that plant, it'd take you 2.5 years to build it for a start. And then it would probably cost you about that to put it together. So Never Never being the highest grade gold discovery that I've ever made in my career, and this team behind you has, that's basically upside. That's for free.
So the equation goes, you're building towards 1 million ounces at presumably 5+ grams a tonne, consistent with what you've got now.
Yep.
You've got a plant that's worth $300 million.
Yep.
You've got a market cap of $360 million and the potential for repeats of Never Never.
100%.
When you press equals, what comes out of the machine?
Okay, it goes to that E sign, the one that you can't actually calculate.
Simon, you've done an amazing job. This is obviously a story that, while it's come so far, so fast, still has a long way to go, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is a great ride, and I think we've really just cracked the code here. We're just getting started.
Anyone knocking on your door?
There's always people knocking on the door, but we're happy doing what we're doing at the moment. So the door's always open, but we're very focused on what we're doing.
Fantastic work. Thanks very much for your time.
No worries. Thanks, Paul.
You've been listening to The Whole Truth, a Resources Rising Stars podcast, produced by Resource Media, hosted by Paul Armstrong for Reed Corporate. Please note that Reed Corporate does not provide investment advice, and investors should seek personalised advice before making any investment decisions.